Good morning, everybody. It is a lovely day here in Chemainus. The sun is out. It rained all day yesterday. My name is Nuria, and I own a store on Maple Street in Chemainus, and it's called Vantiquity. So if you're ever on Vancouver Island, come into Chemainus and then just head down on Maple Street towards the ocean, and then you'll find my store. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to continue what we were doing the past couple of weeks, which is I'm revisiting the items that I purchased in Nanaimo. Most of these purchases are actually from Value Village. I would go every Monday. I have a little bit of a flower farm. I do cut flower bouquets as well. So every time I would finish with the flowers, either watering or harvesting, I would head into Nanaimo on Monday and I would pick up items that I found. So let's begin with just a little bit of information here. So on these two occasions, there weren't that many items that I picked up, so I decided to combine two different days together. So one of them was on September 19th, and on that day I only picked up 12 items. And then on October the 3rd, I picked up 11 items. And so that's what I'm going to show you. There are a couple of items that I, for some reason, I had left right beside me, so I actually included them in the last video, which was a doctor's case or suitcase. And then another one was a nice little wicker basket. Yeah, so those are the two items that you won't see here. And then there's maybe a couple of other ones that I just use for either the store or displays, like notepads. And I believe I also have like a display rack and a small little display shelf. But everything else should be included in this video. So let's get started. First item that I'm going to show you is this beautiful ceramic figurine or bust. It does have a little bit of damage. It was like that. I picked it up, but it's at the back, so I didn't really think it would affect it very much. And then the other little white spots that you see on there, that's actually paint. So I'll try to remove those carefully, or I'll just leave them if I notice that it takes the paint away. This is done in West Germany, so I'll have to look up who the maker is. I'm not quite sure who made it, but it's a nice little vase that was there on the shelf. Now these ones, and I say these because there's actually two, they make great bookends, I guess, but they're also a collectible, not an antique, and they're done by UNESCO. So I do pick up items that are made by UNESCO, especially if they're the older, more vintage ones. They're made in Japan. They make a lot of reproductions of very highly collectible items, but they're so well made that people actually still do buy them. This is from a design by Warren Kimball. I did look these up when I was there because I wasn't sure. It's not the type of thing that I would generally pick up, but it is folk artsy, and I thought it would appeal to those people. I've had prints of the artwork that Warren Kimball does, and they have sold, so I am familiar with him, but I wasn't sure how much they would go for and if it would be worth my time and money to actually pick them up. And it is. They go anywhere from $40 to $50. I think I've even seen them sell for $70. or thereabouts, and they'll make a nice little addition to people who like folk art. And the good thing is I have two of them, so they could actually use them as bookends. Yeah. Jewelry, which is my passion. I love jewelry. This is shell, and if I'm not wrong, it's conch shell, and it's a nice little necklace that was there on the jewelry display hanging thing, whatever you call that. Pottery, as you know from my previous videos, I pick up pottery because I live in an area where people actually do appreciate pottery. I don't know if it's making a comeback elsewhere, but definitely here on the island, it is one of the to-go things. I always pick it up, especially when there's nice pieces with really, really beautiful glazes. This one is signed. It says David. I've had a few of pieces marked David before, but I can't really remember if they have sold or not. But there's two bowls. Bowls do really well. And I also got on that particular purchase this, you can't really see it because of the lighting. There we go. So it is made by Boma, which is made in Canada, and here actually, or not here, but in Vancouver. And this one is a design by Corinne Hunt, and it's called Wolf Peace in Family. And you'll notice at the back, if you can read that, it does say made in Canada at the bottom. So that's a great piece. It's a little dirty. I'm going to have to clean it up, but it's got no damage whatsoever to it, so that's great. Here we have a Royal Albert Old Country Roses platter. Platters do really well. There are certain patterns that people collect, and they like to complete the pieces of the tea set that they have, or the china that they have. And Old Country Roses is one of those patterns. So I don't so much pick up the teacups and saucers anymore, just because that's not really what people are looking for. They're looking more for the serving pieces. And another little collectible, actually. This is a beautiful little frosted glass elephant. I looked it up just a few days ago, and it's done by Wedgwood. It would have had a sticker from some of the pieces that I saw online, but I never leave an elephant behind. We got a brass set of, I'm going to say these are single ashtrays. Let me take one out of the elastic there so you can actually see it. So I do believe that's what it is. It's made out of brass. It's in the shape of a leaf or a petal. So I imagine it just goes on your table and probably in like in a circle. And then people can pick them and walk around with their cigarettes like they used to in the good old days. And more brass, because that's the other thing that I actually do really well with at the Antique Mall, is a brass shoehorn. I haven't seen this one before, so I picked it up, and it's got, who is that? Marie Antoinette, perhaps? Vintage goggles do really well. Here is one made by Trek, or Trex. It is tempered glass, and this one will most likely go on eBay. I don't think there's a market for it here, either in my store or at the Antique Mall. What I do have a market for at the Antique Mall is tin cans. These do really well. I also sell them in my store, but I've got quite a few here, and I'm actually running really low on tin cans at the Antique Mall, so this one will most likely make it over there. Sorry for the noise there. It is marked McVNP, and although it doesn't have any design on it, I've sold several pieces that just are the aluminum tin. And there you go. And that's a great little stash box. There's this drum that I found. I believe it was in September. Let's see if it's in the September one. Nope, I lied. It's in the October one. I saw it, and obviously it called to me that I should pick it up. It was a little bit on the higher price range of what I generally would pay for an item, but it's I think it's beautifully done, and I should have no problem selling it. There's a bit of rough damage to it, but it's probably from being played, so that's okay, because that gives it an authenticity to it. The other item, and there's only a couple more maybe perhaps, is a binder. And the binder is full of Pokemon cards. Not familiar with Pokemon as much as I should be. We did buy a storage locker a little while ago, and it was full of Pokemon cards, and I think all the Pokemon cards that I got there paid for that locker and much more. So there's ones that I've never seen before, or at least that were not in that storage locker, which are these ones. So I will have to look those up. I'll have to figure out if we have somebody in town that actually buys Pokemon cards. I know there's a comic bookstore and they sell that, but I don't know what they pay for Pokemon cards. I'll just have to go pay them a visit and ask them. And a wire rack. So it is to hang your cookware, but I don't know. Because I did have flowers left over from the flower farm, and they're not dying just yet. I mean, they're still going strong. So I might actually just use that as a flower drying rack for myself. I'll put that probably up in my furnace room, and then that way we can have dried flower bouquets for people instead of just the regular bouquets. This is going to be the last item for today, I believe. Yep, that's it. And it is heavy, and it's a box. And the box has a lock. And if I open it, bear with me a moment, I don't want to break anything else. It's a cash register. It's missing the top, obviously, but the inside of it is just spectacular. So I couldn't leave this behind. I mean, even though it's missing the top, this is a great item. It's a great seller, so should do well with that. Not sure quite how much I'm going to put on it, but it will be available. So if you're interested in any of these items that I've shown today, I will be pricing them today, but I probably won't get a chance to bring them either up to the antique mall or to actually put them in my store this week. It'll probably be in about a week, Thursday maybe, but they'll be priced, so they're ready for sale. So if you guys are interested in any of these items, please just send me a little comment, and I will make sure to let you know whether or not it's still available or not. I can ship, but just be aware, if you're watching from anywhere in Canada or the US, shipping is extremely expensive. So for example, a platter like this would probably run around $25 to $30 to ship. So just so you're aware of the prices. If it's something smaller and light, it can ship for a lot cheaper, but I don't control the shipping charges that we have here in Canada. But I hope you've enjoyed my little review of my recent purchases, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. I hope you stay tuned for more finds because I've got a whole lot more that I need to go through. And pretty soon here I'll be making a video as well showing you my store here in Vantiquity in Old Town Chemainus. We'll see you later. Thank you.